Laura McFarland here with Cross My Heart Ministry. Do you know what today is? Well, if you live in Arkansas, you might say, of course I do. It's the second day of deer season, and in honor of that, I'm wearing my camo pants today. If you're a regular viewer of our channel, you might say, yes, it's Martha Monday, and you would be right. But today is also National America Recycles Day. November 15th every year is the day that America celebrates our efforts to recycle. Recycling has come a long way since I was a kid. In 1960, less than 7% of Americans recycled, according to the EPA website. And today that number has grown to well over 30%. There's been a good effort to educate even school children about the importance of recycling. My daughter Lydia is an avid recycler and would kind of fuss at me when she was even very young about taking care of things and caring for the planet and making sure that we recycled any way that we can. I printed off this poster from the EPA website for America's Recycles that it's called Top 10 in the Bin, and it tells us the top 10 things that can be recycled. And you probably know all of these. In fact, you probably recycle many of these things. Cardboard, paper, food boxes, mail, beverage cans, food cans, glass bottles, jars, jugs, plastic bottles and caps. So got a few of those displayed here. My food cardboard box or paper box, newspapers. Certainly we all have an abundance of cardboard boxes. So many things are coming to us from Amazon or Walmart and packaged in the mail. We have our tin cans, we've got water bottles, we've got glass bottles. In my town I have to haul the glass bottles to the recycling place. My hubby actually does that, but because we want to have that commitment to recycling, we always do that. A few years ago, when we lived in Arizona for the year that my husband was on sabbatical, our son Luke got involved in the Boy Scouts there, and the church that sponsored the Boy Scout troop did such a cool thing. They had a huge bin on the back of the church parking lot and invited all the church members and the scout families just to save all of their aluminum cans and drop those in that bin. And then once every 2 or 3 months, one of the dads or the scout troop leaders would get a huge truck and load up all of those aluminum cans and take them to the recycling place where they could be traded in from some cash. And it provided a few $100s a year to help out the Boy Scout troop. I thought that was a great idea, a win-win. You help the environment, you help with the budget, and you recycle and save the environment as well as keep things from going into landfills, and then also help out the Boy Scouts. I'm going to be doing a little bit of that myself. In my garage, I found some copper metal here from a house we used to live in, and I was just going to throw it in our recycle bin, knowing they would recycle metal, but I'm going to haul this off. We have a little metal recycling place in town, and they will let you bring in metal, and they'll weigh it and actually pay you for it. So I'm going to take that in. I've also accumulated just some odds and ends of some little metal here in a bag. I don't think it's enough. It might give me a couple of pennies, but I am curious to see what my copper brings me. So I'm going to take those in. After I finish the video and I take my props in and cash those in, I'll have Anna put a little pop-up note on the screen to let you know how much I got. I'm not expecting it to be much, but I just thought that might be a little interesting teaser to let you find out. So we automatically think of things that we throw in the recycle bin when we think about recycling. But I want to give you some other ideas of ways that you could recycle in your home that will not only protect the environment but also save you some money as well. So I've assembled a few things. One of those is something that I bought at Goodwill. Now, my daughter has taught me that. I have shopped at Goodwill for decor. Both of my daughters can actually scour through and find name brand clothing and some great items, but I like to find home decor there. So sometimes I've gone in looking and found some really nice pieces that suit my style. So my little clock came from there. I found this little Hope plaque that is hanging up above a picture in my office. So both of those came from Goodwill, and has it occurred to you that when you shop used items, either at a garage sale or a secondhand store or at Goodwill, you're actually actually helping protect the environment because you're reusing something that might otherwise get thrown away. Other ways that you can repurpose and recycle and reuse is aluminum foil. So I'm giving myself away as my grandmother's granddaughter because when I have a piece of foil that just seems to be perfectly good, I might just wipe that down and fold it up, and next time I want to bake some chicken and I want it to be covered, I'll just pull out a piece of aluminum foil and I'll use it again, or I may tear it up and wrap it around a potato if I want to bake it. So that's a great way to recycle and save some money. Another way is to consider using cloth napkins instead of paper napkins. And then you can use these and throw them in the wash and wash them, and you don't fill up the landfill with so many paper napkins. I have a stack of bandanas. I don't know if you've ever thought about using a bandana as a paper napkin, but it works great, and that's an inexpensive way to buy a cloth napkin. Another thing to do to keep from having so many of these filling up your landfills and your recycle bin is to use a reusable water bottle. A dear friend, a sweet lady that I mentor, bought this lovely mug for me. It's actually a Yeti, has my initials engraved on it. I love it. Keeps my water very, very cold when I'm out running errands. So it may not need to be one this nice that you invest in, but you probably have a water bottle at your house. So if you just make that your habit when you're fixing to run errands, to fill up a water bottle and take it along, you'll be not so much tempted to run through a drive-thru and get a sugary drink that's not good for you. You'll get your water in, you'll save some money. So just using a water bottle is a great way to recycle. And then finally, I want to sort of share an idea from Grandma. And so, you know, our grandmothers were recycling long before we were. You know, we think that we invented recycling, but our grandmothers would say, oh, I was doing that long before you were born. We didn't call it recycling. We didn't have a National Recycling Day. But we said, use it up, wear it out, make do, or do without. So if your grandmother or great-grandmother grew up during the Great Depression, that was something that she would be doing, and she would be reusing all those Cool Whip dishes and butter dishes. And so in honor of Grandma, I kind of do that myself. So I have some yogurt containers and some carry-out containers and just various containers that food or other things have come in, and I will wash those out and rinse those out and keep those in this little bin in my pantry marked giveaway. So when I have guests over, or my kids are here, or I just want to send anything along and I don't want to send along something that they will have to wash and return to me, just having these things on hand makes it easy to do a giveaway and let them take that along. So folks, thanks for watching today. I just want to say Happy America Recycles Day, and I just want to challenge you, even if you're already recycling, to kind of up it a notch. Ask yourself, can I reuse it? You know, looking at Grandma's Cool Whip tubs that you remember seeing under her pantry shelf or up on her kitchen cabinet. So ask yourself, can I reuse it, or can I give it away, or is there some way that I could can I repurpose it? Maybe it's a frame and you don't like the color of that frame. Could you spray paint it instead of just throwing it away? Could you repurpose it? So can you reuse it? Can you repurpose it? Or finally, could you just give it away or even sell it? Facebook Marketplace and even selling things on Amazon have become a great way for us to put money back into our budget and bless someone else with something that we're no longer using. But anytime we keep something from going into a landfill, just throwing it in the trash, we've been good stewards of God's creation. And really, isn't that what it's all about? God gave us this earth. God has blessed us with this beautiful world. And if we're going to be good stewards of it, we as followers of Jesus Christ, as women of God, we should be first in line to taking care of the world that God has blessed us with. For Cross My Heart Ministry, I'm Laurie McFarland. Leave me a note below and let me know your favorite thing to recycle. Have a blessed day.